Okay, I think our stream is set up. There we go. It says we are live. Let me type something in here. And let me go back to my one thing. There we go. Okay, it says we are streaming.
What?
Is this okay? Do I need to change it?
No, it's good.
Okay.
I see more of you than me, so that's good.
Should we both sit back?
I think, yeah, you're a little too close.
Let's try to sit back a little bit.
I'm pretty back. I can go back further. All right.
There we go.
Whoa. Okay.
And I'm going to double check the mic here. Oh, it looks like we're moving around, so we're good there with the audio.
Yeah. There you go. Where are you there? All right. Right? Go ahead. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of
Living the Scream,
the behind the scenes of
The Mummy and the Monkey Show.
With your hosts.
I'm Janet Decay, the Mummy.
And I'm Grimgory the Monkey. And you're going to say the Mummy and the Monkey is what, Harry Scary Hangout?
Oh, yeah,
maybe not.
That too.
Yeah, that's the name of the show now. But, you know, it's the Mummy and the Monkey. That's what people should remember most of all, because no matter what the incarnation, the name of the show, I should say, it'll always be the Mummy and the Monkeys, ... something. So
the Mummy and the Monkey's Harry Scary Hangout. It's our Friday night weekly live streaming Facebook show. So you can check us out on facebook.com/TheMummyAndTheMonkey, all one word. We are horror hosts, we are resellers, we are artists, and this podcast goes into a little bit of behind the scenes and the goings-ons and how we put everything together and what we do.
That's right. So sit back if you're watching live here on this December 31st, a very dreary one, a very cold and rainy one here in Cleveland, Ohio, where we live. Yeah, it's wow. I wish it was a little bit nicer out today, just for a couple different reasons. But well, you know, you're gonna have to do for drive, because we're gonna go out later tonight for a little bit and enjoy some company of some friends, and actually make plans too about an upcoming event we'll talk about. Mummy and Monkey will be at.
Yes. I was remembering, because this time last year, I think it was like 5 degrees outside, and it was really snowing and icy. And I remember the weather was so bad where I just didn't feel like going anywhere.
So this is better than you're saying.
So honestly, even though it's dreary and rainy and it looks like Seattle right now, it's better than what we had last year.
Yeah.
I think right now it's 40 degrees and raining. So, hi Claudette Power Picker. Hello there, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
So yeah, we're going to go out for a little bit and then probably just stay home tomorrow.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
No running around, not doing anything. Saw some family already earlier this weekend. Had them over for Christmas. Did all that. Excuse me, running around. I shouldn't eat candy when I talk. I haven't mastered that. But
is it good candy?
One of those little strawberry candies that come in those cheese and meat kits that, you know, my mom got us a little cheese and meat thing for Christmas, and they give you those little strawberry candies, wrap like a little foil strawberry wrapper on it. It's real tart. Excuse me while I wash this out.
That little gift set was nice. They had all the different flavored cheeses and
we got
little
some
cookies.
Gonna eat that tomorrow. Gonna eat some more of that. Trying to snack on that, and we have planned. A friend of ours does. For those of you out there watching that are familiar with the Big Chuck and Little John show, that was a big staple here in Cleveland's late night history for the over like 50 years, including Goulardi. They've been on. They've been off the air. They used to host movies. Started out hosting horror movies on Friday nights, and then started with whatever the station could show. So they went from horror B movies and Godzilla movies to like rom-coms and things like that, and action movies, whatever. But a friend of ours, Jay Summers, who has a channel on Facebook, is going to be running a marathon tomorrow from noon till 6 p.m. It's a Big Chuck and Little John Godzilla movie marathon.
Ooh.
That was originally broadcast on the New Year's Eve of 1995 into 96. So they're gonna show the original Godzilla, King of the Monsters, the
Mm-hmm.
original Rodan movie, and then the third movie is gonna be Godzilla versus Mothra. These are all the original Toho.
So it's a triple feature.
Yeah, it's gonna be
That's
fun.
cool.
I've never seen this. I've heard about this broadcast, but have yet to see it.
Yeah, he has these. They have this thing on Facebook now called watch parties,
Yeah.
where you can share video in different groups. And in the Big Chuck and Little John Facebook group, yeah, our friend Jay will put together these nice episodes of Big Chuck and Little John for the fans to watch. Not to resell or anything.
No,
it's just
an archival thing. Yeah.
More of an archival thing to preserve a little piece of TV history and for the fans to enjoy it.
Yeah, and to share with the rest of the world. I mean, there's no reason why it's not that it's got some Cleveland centricity to it, Cleveland centricity, but it's not entirely. It's still a comedy show.
Yeah.
Some of their skits actually appeared back in the day in the 90s on the bloopers and practical jokes on that Ed McMahon.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Dick Clark used to host it in the late 80s, I believe, and went to kind of in the early 90s. But it was called like, and they had like, they showed practical jokes and bloopers and stuff, but they would also show comedy stuff from around different stations and different things around the world.
And that was more of like a national syndicated thing.
Yeah, that was out of California, and they actually showed I know Big Chuck and Little John, some of their skits around there a few times, which was kind of cool. But to see them, I remember actually watching that on NBC as a younger me, and just really flipping out that hey, there's Big Chuck and Little John from Cleveland, on a nationally broadcast television show, primetime show. But anyway, yeah, so I'm looking forward to watching that stuff tomorrow. Just kind of vegging out, partaking a bit because we're playing it safe tonight. We're going to be good since we're going to be on the road. So.
Oh yeah, if you guys are going out on the road tonight, definitely be careful. Have someone else drive for you. Call an Uber.
It ain't worth it. They're looking to pinch you out there, and
or stay the night at a friend's house.
Trust me,
drive home in the morning.
Having I don't care if you have two. If you had one beer, you might as well have 12 out the way they're out there right now. So I mean, if you're gonna get pinched, I wouldn't say it's not even worth it. There's nothing that you can do, you can drink that would make it worth getting this $10,000 could be DUI type of thing. I wouldn't chance it. And this comes from someone that. I've been lucky so far. I've been fine, and
it's not worth risking.
But I'm done with taking them chances.
You don't want to hurt yourself, and you don't want to hurt other people.
Right, and that's the more important thing. You don't want to wind up. Don't turn this to a whole PSA. But yeah, that hurt myself. That would be bad. But I would be really hard to live with hurting somebody else.
Yeah.
So even harder.
Play it safe for yourself and those around you.
Yeah. So there's a couple things you should worry about out there if you're contemplating drinking and driving tonight. I would say don't do it. But
there's a lot of places that'll give you a ride.
Yeah, I mean, we got Lyft, you got Uber.
There's taxi companies.
They'll give you free rides. I think some of them.
You could crash on someone's couch and drive home in the morning.
Yeah. Even if you had to pay $50 to get home, so it's going to be way cheaper than a DUI.
It's going to be well worth it.
You're not gonna. It'll be worth the money.
So
anyway,
I have notes because I didn't want to.
The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know.
So I'm going to start talking about the Mummy and the Monkey.
We can start talking about Mummy and Monkey.
Let's focus on that.
Yeah, so we had a great show last Friday. It was our last installment in December. Throughout the month of December on our Facebook page, The Mummy and the Monkey, every Friday night we were playing an independent film and featuring these filmmakers and giving them a new platform so people could see their movies.
And they're filmmakers that we ran into over the past year, some of them the past couple of years. We've already known. Like Michael Budd, and then we met the Polestar Productions.
Yep.
Met up with them at Dark Xmas, November. Was that November?
Yeah, Dark Xmas was a convention in Hudson, Ohio, and that was last November. And it was a nice convention, just a little 2-day show. They're going to bring it back next year. They're actually doing 2 shows next year.
Yeah, summer
which we were invited to both.
As guests.
Yeah. So that's always fun.
Yes.
In the summertime one is going to be called Dark X Fest. And it's going to be like late June. I think it's the weekend before or right after Monster Bash.
Right.
And Monster Bash, that's a really fun one. That's in Mars, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Really great convention if you like the classic monster movies.
Monster stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and that one's more family friendly, and it has a fun summertime vibe. Saturday night they have like a drive-in type of thing where you can sit outside and bring a chair or a blanket.
Yeah, and a lot of the vendors there, and it kills me
And
to
watch a
walk through
movie.
there. It kills me because I'm running around with the mask and everything, you know, with the get up on, and it's hard for me to stop and really focus on stuff. But when I go through there to do a walkthrough just to do it or just kind of see what's going on, there's so many vendors with oddball monster stuff.
You could go broke there.
Yeah, and
easily.
And actually they had stuff that was, I mean, it goes to the very affordable to the very expensive. And then there's some, you know, but I'll walk through there going, man, I wish I had another 10 minutes just to stop at this one table and really look through the stuff because there's just so much of it. And I could walk out of here with, you know, a bunch of nice stuff just for me, you know, that I would want to keep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not just that run of the mill, you know, things that they, you know, wholesale. This is stuff that's from people's collections and almost kind of a garage sale-y, some of it, but it's all monster oriented. So
well, there are
weird.
some vendors there that maybe they have their own toy shop. Or maybe they specialize in horror themed stuff.
Whatever their deal is, it's not like stuff you can really find online that I found, or if you do, you have to go look in multiple places. Some people have all this stuff on one table. You're like, oh my god,
mm-hmm.
You know.
There's even her name is Terry. There's this nice lady that she makes like men's Hawaiian.
Let me get my shirt.
You should. She makes men's Hawaiian shirts or button-up shirts, and she uses monster and horror themed fabric. So she'll make like a Hawaiian shirt out of zombie fabric or out of Frankenstein fabric, and it looks really cool. She'll even make like custom backpacks, and I think she's made some purses. But I really love what she does, and it's like custom, one of a kind. Viva the 70s says, I drive under the influence of rock and roll. Woohoo! There you go, rock and roller.
That. They can't get you for that.
John says, hello again. Thank you for a great 2018, and I look forward to what you bring next.
Oh.
Until this Friday, I have a grand one. Happy New Year from John, a.k.a. Crozak the Grand. Thank you, John. Happy New Year, dude.
That shirt's, I mean, that light's very bright, so it's hard to kind of see this stuff. I can't hold it too close. But here's the back of it, right? There's old Frankie.
Yeah, this is what I got him for Christmas.
Yeah, this is great. And then it's got...
And Terry made that.
This is by Terry. And what's the name of her thing is?
Terry Riffic. She's Terry Riffic on Facebook.
Can we hold it up?
Yeah, let me share the card. But
you got that thing so bright, you have to tilt it down probably.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, pull back.
I'm working on it.
There you go.
But yeah, that's Terry's info.
Does she have a .com or what?
Facebook.com/that's Terry Iffic.
Is there
Terry
a hyphen?
Iffic. There's a hyphen. Yeah, that's the same as this name on the card. Yeah. Terry Iffic.
There you go. That's good. That's really
Terry
good.
Iffic. Yep.
So you can freeze that and watch it on the playback.
And she will ship it to you. She'll send you pictures of what she has available.
These are all handmade, guys.
And she makes that by hand.
Pretty sweet. I can't wait to wear this on the beach.
So, yeah. You just need some green flip-flops to match it.
I'll find some. Don't worry about it. Big Frankenstein flip-flops would be sweet.
So 2018 was full of highs and lows. We had a lot of good stuff happen with The Mummy and the Monkey in 2018.
I think so.
Even though we had some other, there were some...
Up here, the Pressure Life magazine.
I do not.
Anyway, go ahead.
But we did share it on our social media pages.
Yeah, I know.
So we made it on the cover of 2 different magazines. Pressure Life magazine.
Yeah.
And...
What's that?
Now, okay, that has nothing to do with what...
It's fun. It's fun. Why so serious?
Well, now I lost my train of thought.
Pressure Life magazine, you're fine.
And what was the other one? Crank It Up magazine.
Crank It Off magazine.
Crank It Up magazine. We were also interviewed by different blog sites. We were mentioned in the Cleveland scene. We were on Fox 8 for when they had a piece about Goularty Fest. They showed us on Fox 8 News.
Yes.
We were also... We had a short-term TV contract in San Francisco, California for KOFY TV, Coffee TV. So for October and November, they played a half-hour version of our show on Saturday nights.
They did. It was and it followed Creature Feature.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the clown show? The Circus of Chaos. Circus of Chaos.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And they were calling the lineup Scary Saturday Nights.
Yeah, and that was only ran for that October into I think early November, and then that was it. But we didn't hear back from the producer that worked with us, And that's only because he was paying for the time. So it was like.
So what happened was a producer that we know bought the time, and he pretty much makes commercials for a living.
He has a production company that makes commercials.
And because he had sponsors that were wanting their commercials aired during that time, we were able to put.
Yeah, he wanted something to wrap. Obviously,
he was interested in using our video for that time slot.
They offered him a time slot to actually purchase the time, and he goes, yeah, and he could have done something himself, just sitting there talking about something. But he, I work with him. I do storyboards, boarding for his commercials that he does out in California and whatnot. And he knows what we do, and he's hey, you guys want to send me some of your stuff? I'll actually lease the content from you, license it from you for this amount of time. And then they re-edited some of it. So it was like a best of skits and interviews type show.
Yeah.
No movie or anything like that for about a half hour.
It was like skits and bits, yeah.
We need to see if we can get a hold of it. I would like to see that again. I don't know if there's a way to actually download that or if you can get us a copy, but it was different. I mean, if you're familiar with our show, it was totally different than what we do. Yeah. But it was, they even added some of their own graphics and stuff like that. But
it was very different. And we wanted to try it out because we did get some viewers message us on social media that say that they were watching us because they lived out in the area, and now I hear that they're just playing infomercials, so they must have sold that spot for infomercials.
That's the way it is, and that's why the internet is our friend. Anyone that wants to do their own sort of thing. I'm not gonna say it's the Wild West, but it's definitely an opportunity for people to come up with original content and offer it to the world, maybe at some point for a profit, because. Let's face it. I mean, why? If there's a way if you enjoy something, that's the whole purpose of magazines and comic books and TV shows and movies, is that they're basically a vehicle to wrap around advertising, because that's how it's paid for. And the more people consume and buy because of these things, the more you'll get more entertainment. I mean, it doesn't come for free.
Right. So there are people that are on TV now as horror hosts that have sponsors to pay for that time.
Right. Someone has to pay for that airtime.
Right.
I'm sure
and not many channels want to invest in local programming anymore when they could just sell it off for infomercials. But then again, if there are businesses that are willing to commit to paying for the commercial time, you could put a show up on there and you set something up. But it's a whole nother animal because everything has to be closed captioned.
Oh, being on broadcast television.
They have their industry standards where
sound has to be a certain level, but that's why everything's pretty much consistent. When you watch TV, you're not sitting there usually trying to mess with the sound. You notice on internet broadcast shows, because a lot of us aren't engineers and whatnot or have the background, the sound levels are sometimes all over the place. You'll go from a movie that has a real low sound, let's say, or a segment of something, and then it'll come and it'll bang, and it's like really loud. And you're like, whoa, geez.
Because we're not like.
Because people don't realize, and there is an art to that whole thing, or at least a professional thing.
There are people that go to broadcasting school and they take different classes.
Well, there are industry standards that work for a certain way, and they broadcast on certain frequencies and blah 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 blah.
Right. We won't bore you with that.
But anyway, we're going back to advertising and stuff, and what the difference is between what folks like us do versus like a television show. And making money off of it.
So it can be done. There are people that can do it and have done it and continue to, and that's if it works for them, that's awesome.
Like Marlena Midnight, that's a good example.
Marlena Midnight. There's
the Midnight Mausoleum.
Who else? There's Horror Hotel on Retro TV. They have sponsors where they pay for the time themselves.
Right.
There's also what's his name from Florida. Oh, man. Dr. Paul Bearer.
Oh, Paul Bearer. Yeah.
Dr. Paul Bearer is on the WB in Florida, and I don't remember the city. But I think it's cool what he does. He goes and makes appearances, and he comes out of a coffin. And
oh, wow.
Yeah. He's keeping that tradition alive down in Florida.
Yeah. So that's what we're trying to do. We like to, Cleveland be our home base, or at least where we're sort of based out of, and then
there's Sven Gulli out of Chicago, where
which everybody knows.
He gained such a following in Chicagoland that he was able to get syndication on MeTV.
Yeah, and it would be, you would think though, with the popularity of something like a Sven Gulli, which I don't know exactly how to me, I think he's hit the big time as far as
I think he's just as popular as maybe Mystery Science Theater. Probably on par with them. Because it
Maybe.
seems like they both have like a decent following.
I think maybe MST3K might have a little bit more following.
Well,
but
theirs has been maybe longer.
Svengoolie's been out longer than they have.
But Svengoolie for the longest time was mostly a Chicago thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But the syndicated part of it's just recent.
But MST3K was on the Sci-Fi Channel since they were on back in the 90s.
Yeah, Svengoolie's been. I mean, the show itself has been around since the 60s. And Rich Cos is sort of was a newer. Well, he's the second host for the show.
Yeah.
Since probably the 80s, I believe. He took over. But anyway.
Let's check the comments.
Let's interact.
Kate says, "Hi, Kate. Hi, James and Janet. Happy New Year. Looking forward to a good year and more shows with you and James. Thank you. Thank you for watching.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
On the internet, you're not so constrained. This is true.
Yes and no.
Well, yes and no, because whatever online platform you have, they have their rules and regulations. But you don't have to be up at the industry standards to try to get something out there and gain a following.
Right.
So there's more of a learning curve where you can kind of learn as you go and put things out that others may consider not as high quality. Oh, your video isn't HD.
Well,
yours isn't blah blah blah.
And I think I think the genre, and it's not an excuse or a crutch, but it totally works because the whole thing is the schlocky thing, and I think it's because the horror host thing, right? It started out on TV stations that they were still evolving, right, as far as production and all that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person they would have be this horror host. They'd go, "Hey, we just got this package of horror movies. We need a horror host." Some of them, some of these stations, literally, at gunpoint, so to speak, or just to be figuratively, like told the weatherman, "Look, you're gonna come up with a character, and on Friday night you're gonna come up. I don't care what you do, like a Dracula or a Frankenstein or whatever, and you're gonna host these horror movies. It's happening all around the country. We need you to do that. Maybe throw them another $10 or whatever, an hour."
Well, because a lot of these people were still under contract, they did what they were.
Whatever, however it worked. So they didn't have any stage background, so if the makeup wasn't just right, and
they didn't go to horror host school or get a horror host degree.
Right.
They were just sort of there.
And it worked because it was supposed to be, because the people that started this, like Vampira and Zachary and Count, I'll say Count Gordon Duvall, and other people like that. I mean, they had a little bit of, it was definitely a schlocky thing. It's to make fun of the whole, it's not supposed to be too serious.
It's supposed to be cheesy and
low
goofy
quality. Yeah, I mean, so.
And there's there's like a special charm to it, and not everyone gets the genre or even cares about monster movies.
Right.
Everyone's different. So we're horror hosts and resellers, and we do this podcast.
Right.
And some people are into it and some not so much. I noticed like a lot of the resellers on YouTube, like that's all, it's very, like if there's people on YouTube that are into one subject, they'll just focus on that one thing. But I kind of like it when people branch out and show other stuff that they do or other stuff they're into.
Yeah, again, I don't know how many people that do that out there. I mean, and we struggle with this. Like, I'll ask Janet every now and then, do you think we should separate these podcasts, like do one on the show, like behind the screens, and then like we were doing before, do just it's like sales from the thrift crypt, we called it. We had a little thing that you can see on YouTube here. There's a bunch of them out we put up. We had a special theme intro and a graphic and everything, and it was like sales from the thrift crypt, talking about the stuff that we would film ourselves going out, finding stuff, sourcing, and then our haul and all that kind of stuff. And we kind of combined that on this, even though this always was that. I mean, Living the Scream. I know, but actually Living the Scream was always about Mummy and the Monkey. We rarely talked the resale stuff.
No, we was a little bit of both when we did the audio podcast.
Right.
Yeah, it was a little bit of both.
But now now we're doing the video one. It's just easier to do, and we have to do any post on it. We don't record it, and then I was editing all kinds of stuff.
It was just we do this live to
make it faster, get it out there faster.
To get it out there faster, because the editing, it does take time.
Yeah.
So kudos to people that are like these awesome editors, know.
No, it's just using our time more efficiently. Like, that nap we took this afternoon.
Using our time.
It so efficient with that time. I mean,
it was a nice nap.
You know what? When it comes to that, that's usually my barter right there. When people, if I'm making I'm doing freelance art, that's how I think. I say, if someone wants me to do something for $5 and it's going to take me 4 hours, I could say, you know what? Probably not, because I could either sleep for those 4 hours, which that's invaluable, right? or get paid more money somewhere else. So between sleep and getting more money, getting paid more, I think those,
Well, sleep is important so you can have energy to do your job.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Especially as I'm getting older, so nap time it seems even more. But I'm regressing to being a kid.
Well, it's all about like budgeting our time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if we want to. I wrote down some notes. We could whether or not we want to talk.
What does that say? Walmart?
No.
Whoa. Oh, we'll get into that. Proud as porn star? What is that?
No.
Proud as pom poms? What is that? I can't.
Okay. All right.
You go ahead.
So I could. So recently there was.
We're still on the horror host subject, correct?
Yeah. So we can still talk about the horror host subject a little bit, and we do have more comments.
All right, please.
Let's read the comments.
Please comment away.
Kevin says Happy New Year from your friend in Colorado.
Kevin in Colorado.
Happy New Year, Kevin. Thank you.
I love Denver.
Step 2 says, hey, Tony. Oh, it's Tony. Hey, Tony. Hey, guys.
Beller?
Yeah. Hey, Tony Beller.
What's up, B?
Bill says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
And he's at his job. He does both. He works and takes a nap.
There you go. I know how that is.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I have a headache. Leave me alone. I put my head down.
Take a little nap during lunch.
Yeah.
During a break or something.
Cool. Thanks, guys, for watching. And here we're gonna talk about something. I gotta watch it here, okay? All right.
Yeah, we have to watch.
You have to watch it. I'm good. I know what I need to do.
There was someone.
Recently somebody commented.
We were
that unsolicited comment. It was just sort of their opinion, which is fine. And opinions are like beeholes. Everybody has them, and they all stink, right? We all know that. So, and you know what? Trust me, I have a ton of opinions.
So you've heard it. Opinions are like beeholes.
Yes, that's right. Or like, yeah. Or like, you could say the same thing. Opinions are like belly buttons. Everyone has one, and they all stink, right? When you dig in there real deep.
We hope people wash their belly buttons.
Well, but okay.
There's this thing called soap and water.
Then we'll leave it to the first thing I compared.
We hope people wash their beeholes too.
Well, those can be clean too. Nice.
Anyway.
So anyways, but okay. So what we're saying, I have no problem. It's like sticks and stones, right? People can say whatever they want, and they will, and I will. I mean, everybody does. So, but recently a comment was posted on a very popular social media platform that basically it was a bit of an attack on Janet, and I take an attack on her as an attack on both of us because of the last thing. But they had mentioned something about her that was, again, silly. But but then at the end they said, "And you're a wannabe," meaning the Mummy and the Mummy and the Monkey shtick, our Mummy and Monkey show.
Yeah, we've heard that one before.
Matter of fact, yeah. And
I think they need a new way to insult us.
Yeah, because
this individual needs to
be
a little more creative with the insults.
That's okay. I mean, yeah, it's a super lame one because for lots of different reasons. I mean, I would say yes, we are wannabes. We want to be better than whatever you think that we're not.
We always want to be improving what we're doing.
That's right. So we know how to take it.
We always want to set goals for ourselves and try to improve on whatever we're working on.
We'll put that little spin on it.
Whatever it may be. Yeah. So yes, sure, we're wannabes.
Now I see, and I always think of it like on a sense of what it is you're calling somebody a wannabe.
Oh, I was also called delusional too.
Well, you were okay. The exact quote, or I'll paraphrase it. It said something to the effect of. There's nothing yummy about you, meaning the thing about the yummy mummy, the little thing that she says sometimes, or other people say.
Yeah.
That you're not. There's nothing yummy about you, and that you must have delusions of grandeur. But that's not the same thing. But delusions of grandeur means that you think that you're, like this better person than everybody. That you have these grandeur. So and then it says plus, and you're a wannabe. So yeah. So
that happened.
Yeah. So well, I mean, is everyone
which we've been hearing for the past 5 or 6 years now, honestly.
I could put it out there
off and on from various people that.
See here's the problem with that.
I don't know.
And by the way, these comments were taken down right away, and it was all and I just look. But here, look. It doesn't bother me because I know if we put that out there, we can block the person's name out like they do or whatever, because that's not what's important. And we could say, hey, everybody, this was recently posted about Janet and I. What do you think? I know that I know what it's going to be. We're going to have an overwhelming response of people that don't agree with what she said. Are there fans? our fans, yeah, then it's, and what's wrong? Of course, that's what it goes. And if somebody has something that they want to say negative, please say it. It's okay. It does. It's
Well,
not going to
we've
hurt our
even
feelings.
on our live shows on Friday nights, we've even said, "Hey, good, bad, ugly. We want to hear your feedback." And even when I get an ugly email, I'll read it.
And that's very rare, though.
The last one I had was when we were sending in DVDs to the cable stations.
Here's the reason why
and
you don't
I had one guy said that he didn't like the sound effects in the movies that we did.
And that's not a personal thing. So most people, I would say probably about 99.9% of all human beings, rational human beings, don't waste their time sending in some sort of a hate mail or something to put somebody down. That's a very, very, let's say ghetto, very, very low brow.
Most people have better things to do with their time.
Right, most people do. And
they're going to work, they're taking care of their families, and they're doing their own thing.
And more people, especially with something like what we do, would write something more positive because it's a nice thing. It makes them feel good, and then they're going to make you feel good by complimenting what you do or whatever. But most people, like even I mean, if I don't like something, I don't sit there and go, I'm going to write in and call that person a whatever.
It's not worth your time, even if you disagree, or maybe you're not a fan of someone's whatever.
And it's more probably likely going to happen from someone who has like a fake profile or a phony name or a name you can't tell who they are and a phony profile picture that they can hide behind. But this one wasn't. I mean, we know exactly who this was, and we don't want to, that's not what's important. But but that's why I think things like that don't happen more often, because most people, even if they don't like you, they're not going to waste their time, and they're not wasting their time with you. They're doing something else totally. Mm-hmm. You do not, if they don't like you, it's like stuff I don't like. It's not a part of my life. I'm not sitting there going, let me watch this stuff that I don't like. That's crazy,
Yeah. So, it's like if you don't like the show, change the channel. If you don't like the video on YouTube, go watch a different video.
Yeah. They say get a life, as they say.
Yeah. So go do something else with your time. If you don't like us, that's fine. You can't make everyone like you.
So wannabes. So that comment is the one comment we've talked about this before this whole thing happened. But it's kind of close to the people that were saying about all these. Speaking of horror hosts, okay, this horror host thing. There's this really odd sort of cabal that other horror hosts that believe if you were not. Here's the thing: if you weren't on television,
there are some certain individuals that think that if you are not on like an old school television station, then you are just a wannabe.
Right, a wannabe horror host.
Then you're a wannabe horror host, that you're not the real deal. They don't consider you legit. They don't consider you anything.
Yeah, and recently in print, in one of the magazines we were just in, someone was quoted as saying that there are a lot of people, and we could probably say his name because he's...
Well, it was in press. I mean, it was published.
Yeah, he just straight up said that... What, the son of Ghoul?
It was the son of Ghoul. He was interviewed.
Yeah, and I wonder where he gets that opinion from, because that was said about him as well. But he said that all these people woke up one morning and thought they're going to be a horror host. Well, I got news for you and everybody out there. You don't have to go to school to be a horror host. There's no education that you need to do this. There's no program, no online correspondence course. I want to see the credentials that one needs to have to become a movie or horror host. I think you just have the ambition and the drive. It's not like I told Janet the other day. I mean, I would have a problem with somebody that would, if I was getting surgery that day and someone walks into the ER or to the OR with a scalpel and a mask on, and they go, okay, move over, doctor, I'm taking charge here. And they go, who are you? Oh, I just woke up today and wanted to be a surgeon.
Dr. Ben Crazy.
Yeah, that would be a problem. I mean, yeah, I think that person is even more than a wannabe and should not be operating on people if they just woke up.
If you're just putting silly videos together, that's one thing. If you're trying to be a brain surgeon, then you need a degree.
If an 8-year-old wakes up or an 80-year-old wakes up tomorrow morning and wants to throw on a werewolf mask and say, hey, I want to make my own horror host show. Okay, great. Who am I to say you can't do it? Whether you go legit, you go on a television and do it, or on the YouTube and do it, or whatever, or Facebook. Go ahead and do it. I mean, that's the cool thing about this, is there's no prereq.
Kate says, trolls exist and are the negative part of the internet. They are looking for a rise out of you. This is true.
Yeah.
Tony says, they are just mad because you guys are more popular in just a few years than they have been for many years.
And we're doing this because we love it, and we want to keep something that we really find near and dear. And I got all the proof I can give you that I'm the real deal as far as that goes, because I mean, I've got stuff I videotaped as a kid about horror host stuff. I've
We've
always
been-
wanted to be one since I was a kid, just for fun, and then, you know.
We've been fans of the genre and of the movies and of the whole thing for a long time. I mean, we used to watch this stuff on TV.
Yeah, and most of the people doing this pretty much are. I mean,
But-
that was our education. Staying up every Friday or Saturday night or afternoon, watching all this stuff, taking it all in, memorizing every little thing about whatever the heck we were watching. Driving the people that we liked crazy when you would go meet them in person and go, do you remember when you blah, 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 blah? And they're like, well, I did this skit 10 years ago. I almost did that William Shatner bit, that Star Trek bit.
Oh, with the Uber nerds.
From SNL, where you know every little thing about each thing. And we've had that happen to us.
What was that PSA where the kid was like, I learned it from you, Dad?
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a drug thing. But
yeah,
but
we learned the horror hosting from watching years of it.
Yeah. Well, you know, yeah, if one of those guys go, hey, you guys are wannabes, what you know.
We learned it from you.
We learned it from you, man. But yeah, so to me, that's how I legitimize it. If there was ever a way to prove, you know, to say that you have a reason to do something, especially horror hosting, it's because, you know, we grew up with this stuff. We watched it. We absorbed it. Like I said, we had someone come up to us recently this year, and it was really odd because this guy was talking to me about, remember when you change, you know, you change the music from this music to that music in the skit, and you revamp. I'm like, man,
we were impressed that he really studied it.
Knows everything that we did.
Right, he knew the music. He knew like our character, like the little puppets.
If we revamped one of the skits to kind of take out some, you know, change some of the sound effects in the background music to make it different for, you know, because we had to, because of maybe some music rights thing. He knew all of that, and it was kind of weird. Kind of cool though. I mean, because again, but there you go. When we did that constantly, a lot of us horror hosts did that. We grew up. That was our television. That was our education. You know, it was like sitting in front of these guys and girls, and I don't know why I watched Elvira so much. I have no idea why, as a young, you know, adolescent, would sit there in front of the television, a young adolescent male, and watch Elvira on my, you know.
Hey, male or female, everyone looked at Elvira. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's still beautiful and lovely, and we were happy to see her at Horror Hound Weekend a few years ago.
I didn't know she was triplet. There you go.
And then we interviewed Sam Irvin, the guy that directed Elvira's Haunted Hills.
Who knows? Maybe.
And he was so nice to us. He gave us permission to use that interview on KOFY TV when we had our short-term TV contract.
Yeah.
So for the people that do call us wannabes, we have been on a major network.
Technically, we're not wannabes anymore.
Yeah, they are an ABC affiliate, and for 2 months we were on their TV.
But it was paid advertising. It was paid television.
Well, it was still on TV.
It was a paid slot.
It was still on TV.
Look.
Whether you have your sponsors do it or you work through a producer, it's still you're on TV.
And I would encourage anybody that wants to try anything that is in the realm of possibility. You know, again, not waking up tomorrow and wanting to be a surgeon or a pilot. You know.
Tony says, "Sorry, would rather see Janet on a magazine cover than a certain other person."
I mean, look, trust me, and I know that would be all we would have to do is unleash the dogs, and we're not, you know, we're not like that. And
I hate to even bring it up, but it's been an ongoing thing, off and on for like 5 years now, almost 6 years. Ever since we helped with, and it was someone else's show. Ever since we used to help host a cable show called The Daughter of the Ghoul.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even our show. We just helped with behind the scenes, and I helped host it.
And another, you know, and I don't know how much, but if you want to start pulling things out and comparing them, I don't know that whether you know how you say if you want to compare what people do. And I don't want to do that, but you know, whatever our show is, it's all Janet and I's creation. Everything that we do.
It's Mummy and Monkey. Everything is our characters we created, you know, our sets we create, the costumes I sew.
Yeah, some of the artwork, you know, we use Tony Beller's artwork. He's out there watching. You know, we use, but we make that decision to use certain people's artwork on our show. Let's say, but
we like to show the fan art.
We are the creative directors. We are the art directors. You know, even if it's stuff that we don't make for the show, like I said, like because I gotta think of it all. You know, we don't make every shred of content. But, you know, less some of the music that we use or whether we should.
Well, you did make some of the music.
Yeah, I do make some of the music.
You did make some of the music.
I created the themes for our show, and between the breaks, we start using those themes.
And we had some local bands that gave us permission. To play some of their music.
But again, I mean, are making those decisions. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and I don't know how many other people out there that do it legitimately, how hands-on they are. They might be all hands-on. But I'm just saying, I mean, it's not like we just walk into a place, there's people ready to shoot us.
Yeah, it's not like we have a whole like crew here.
No.
It's just us putting stuff
So
together.
you know all the, and I know, I'm sure that's, and I know
there are some days where we wish we had a whole crew doing everything for us.
And I know, and I'm going to say dollars of donuts. That's about 95% of other horror hosts out there trying to do this. The same boat. They're doing it because they love it. They learn how to work a camera. They learn how to edit video.
Hello, Chris.
They're learning all this stuff. And you know, if we didn't, trust me, if we didn't love it, we wouldn't do it. I mean, it's a lot of work.
It's a labor of love. We love putting it together. We love the awesome feedback. So we'll focus on the awesome feedback, and we're really happy and grateful for our Facebook followers,
right?
For our eBay customers, people like fans and friends that come into the shop. You know, we love it all.
And those people mean way more to me than a couple of haters.
It means the world to us, and the guys that put the conventions together, that invite us as guests. You know, we appreciate you, along with you know, the Cuyahoga County Public Library, Dan from the library,
paid appearances,
who's now booking us for paid gigs.
Yeah, I mean so if that's what a wannabe is, then I guess wannabes. But you know, all we want to be is better. So there you go.
Yes, we're always wanting to be improving. Want to be improving.
That's right, and we will, and we will.
And speaking of so Trauma Entertainment. There was, before I did the horror hosting gig, I used to audition for acting gigs and for modeling gigs, and I would try to get into B movies, because I thought, well, if I can get into that one really cool B movie, maybe I can make convention appearances. And this was before we did the hosting thing.
So you put on some wings and an antenna and a yellow and black striped abdomen, and you pretended to be a bee, and you were in a B movie. Bzz. Oh, not that kind of B movie. Oh.
In 2013, I starred in a movie called Revenge of the Spacemen, and it was filmed in Medina, Ohio. Jay Summers directed it. He later on sold it to Troma, so Troma Entertainment is now distributing it, and February 12th, it comes out on Blu-ray.
2019.
February 12th, 2019, you can buy Revenge of the Spacemen on Blu-ray, and The Mummy and the Monkey will be playing Revenge of the Spacemen on our Harry Scary Hangout Facebook show.
So it'll be another sort of, an independent movie night.
But this is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, because you're in it.
Well, yeah, but it's really more of a funny movie. There's some independent movies we've played that were more on the serious side, which were cool. But this is going to be great because it's really funny. It's a really funny movie, and it's very fitting to be Troma.
And it's not a wannabe movie.
It's a real movie.
It's a real B movie.
It's a real movie that now has distribution, so hopefully it could get more exposure.
That's right. So this is fun, and we were told that we could screen it right before it's released. So
yes. So I can officially say I am a Troma Scream Queen.
Oh boy. Don't do it.
And boy, can I scream.
Don't do it, please. Or if you do, give me some warning so I can run down the street.
There was a convention back in 2012 where they had a Scream Queen contest, and I won. I've got the trophy in the house here somewhere.
Yeah, we need to show all that stuff. It's interesting stuff.
I have video of that somewhere.
Oh, wow.
It could break glass.
Yes, and shatter eardrums. What are the comments?
Oh, let's see.
My old eyes.
Kate says, I don't believe anyone should shoot someone else's dream and creations down. Janet, you are a lovely lady too. Thank you, Kate. You're so sweet.
You are lovely.
Tony says, I like the way you edit everything together with the music, the sets, what you talk about makes for the nice flow of the show. It's the little details I notice. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, T.
And Bill put up a bunch of little bee emojis.
A bee movie.
And Kate says, yeah, that'll be so much fun. So yeah, we're looking forward to showing Revenge of the Spacemen. But this Friday, what is this Friday? The 3rd?
It is.
No, Wednesday's
4th. The 4th, right?
Friday the 4th. But anyway, the first Friday in January.
Well, we have it here.
That's a December calendar.
I know,
year.
but sometimes they give you a couple months after.
No, that one does not.
So
I have to hang up my new calendar.
1, 2.
You have to hang up
4th.
a new. It will be the 4th?
Yeah.
Okay. So January 4th, this Friday, we are playing the Brainiac.
The Brainiac!
The Brainiac, and what? That's a weird movie, isn't it?
It is a very weird movie. If you've never seen it, you're in for a treat. Let me tell you, I can find the DVD real quick.
But yeah, it's this
you
monster thing that sucks up brains.
Hey, pretty much it's self-describing.
So that's pretty much the whole movie, but you get to see a lot of the monster.
Oh boy, there's so much brain.
And it's really cheesy fun. There's monster movies that we've played where, the guys are walking through the woods for like 20 freaking minutes, and you want to see more of the monster, and they'll only show like 5 minutes of the monster. But this one, you get to see the monster for a good chunk of the movie.
I'm seeing everything.
Tony says, "I don't think I've seen that one."
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
yeah. I think there's a lot of people that haven't seen it. It's a really oddball movie, but it's good.
A lot of people that are in the.
What are you breaking over there?
My record player.
He's just throwing things and.
Yeah, that's how I do over here. Where the hell is the Brainiac movie? I want my Brainiac.
Anyways, you can always Google the Brainiac, and there'll be pictures or something of it.
I didn't think we were gonna need to show it.
What else did I want to talk about? Let's see.
Oh.
Con appearances.
Yeah.
So, it's not necessarily a convention, but it's a movie double feature, and we talked about this on last Friday's show. It's January 12th at the Berea Elks Lodge. The Cinema Wasteland crew, they're hosting a family-friendly movie double feature night. The Man That Turned to Stone, and what was the other one?
Man Who Turned to Stone, not about Viagra.
No, but what was the other movie?
The Last Man on Earth.
The Last Man on Earth, starring Vincent Price on 16mm film.
That would be a horror movie. You'd be the last man on Earth with Viagra. That would be, and then what do you...
That would be a terrible movie.
The Man Who Turned to Stone. Yeah, I know. It would be the worst thing in the world. It'd be hell on earth. So here's
you found it.
Yeah, here's the Brainiac right here. Here's the DVD.
Ooh.
Look at that sucker. Boy, isn't he creepy? And there's a lot of that guy in it. It's awesome. It's a Mexican movie.
He puts Gene Simmons to shame.
He does. That's a funny idea. I should try to figure out if I can do something with that. It's a Mexican movie dubbed in English, made in 1963, I believe. It's pretty good.
1961.
61. There we go.
Black and white, 76 minutes. Starring Abel Salazar.
Abel
Salazar.
Arion. Probably Abel.
I'm terrible with pronouncing these names. Ariadne Welter. David Silva. German Robles.
Wow.
Louis Armstrong. Not Louis Armstrong.
Keep that Brainiac away
from
me.
But no, this is going to be fun. And you're going to put sound effects.
Oh, so many sound. This is a sound effect
We're going to have sound effects coming back to the
with all
movies.
the brain sucking and everything.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be cool.
Oh, yeah, baby. So you're talking about the appearance, when is it?
So that's January 12th at the Berea Elks Lodge in Berea, Ohio. It's a double feature on 16mm film, The Man Who Turned to Stone, and The Last Man on Earth. And they're going to have popcorn and drinks, and it's just $5 to go and hang out with us, and we're going to help host the event. There's
going to be a lot going on. There'll be some vending there, and gosh knows what. A lot of family-oriented type fun.
And then I have to look it up and see if I can contact the guys again, but we were asked to be judges at a film festival in March.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious are coming all up.
Yeah, last October they asked us, and I told them yes. Like, I'm just like instantly like, yeah, we would love to judge indie films and be a part of this film festival.
Heck yeah, maybe we can use some of that for next year's in December.
That would be cool. It's somewhere in the Cleveland area. I have to double check the info on that.
All right.
And then there's another convention we were picked up for.
What?
So in May, we will be making an appearance in Youngstown, Ohio. It's a one-day show called Inclusion Con.
Ah.
It's a sci-fi, horror, comic book. It's a pop culture festival that's also LGBTQ friendly.
I love that sandwich. It's my favorite sandwich when I go order it. I love an LGBTQ. With fries and coleslaw.
It does sound like a sandwich name,
it does.
Right?
I always whenever I hear that.
But it's a convention for everybody, and they just want it known that it's a convention for everybody. Right. So, and they're gonna have a costume contest.
Hence the name Inclusion Con.
Inclusion Con. They want everybody included.
That's right. Good.
So I think that'll be nice.
Bring it on. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, I'd like to be a part of the community and what's going on in it.
And I think that's only $10 to go. You know, $10 show.
It's affordable.
Yeah, something affordable.
That's right. So come dressed up, and I'm waiting for the first. We haven't seen the first cosplay of Mummy and the Monkey yet.
Actually,
not the kids, because that was a Halloween costume, different.
Well, we had some friends that have little kids where they dress their kids.
I'm talking about being at a convention
And
two people strut in. Either one or two, doesn't matter. But someone's like, hey, I'm Grim Gory.
I think you know you've made it when people cosplay as you.
Yeah, we're not putting it out there for someone to do it, but that day will be documented.
When you show up and there's like a doppelganger of you.
That'll be really
There's
cool.
like people dressed up like you. That'd be funny.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'm sure it'll happen at some point.
What
else?
See.
What else?
We could talk about some eBay adventures, some thrifting adventures.
Yeah, I mean, last time we had met about the reselling stuff. We promised each other we wouldn't go out anymore sourcing because we have a basement full of crap.
Yeah, we were like, well, let's not source anymore till the new year. Let's try to get the basement under control.
That didn't happen.
No, we're like, we just, it's a disease.
Yeah, well.
It's a disease.
We went to the Goodwill the other day.
Yes, we went to a Goodwill.
I'm happy we did.
I'm not going to say which one.
And are you happy we did?
I am I'm very, very happy.
I'm sure you can give us 300 reasons why.
$300 reason why.
300 reasons why.
So I spent close to $70 at this one Goodwill in particular.
Yes, the Honey Hole we call it.
Yeah, it's the same place that I found a Dolce & Gabbana dress.
Really?
For only $5, and it sold for $150.
How much did it sell for?
$150.
And you spent how much on it?
$5.
That's a good
ROI.
ROI.
And there's a video of it on our YouTube channel here, so you can go back and watch that video if you want.
That is a return.
It was a pretty dress.
On investment for your. That's pretty good.
So that's, I think, one of my. Would you like
to show it?
I could show the leather dress.
Yes.
The Dolce dress sold.
No, I'm talking about the one you got, the one you're all giddy about right now.
Yeah. So I paid $7 for this dress, and I saw it hanging up, and I was like, whoa, is that all leather? So I look at the tag, and the tag says Michael Hoban North Beach Leather. And I look up that name. Holy crap. There's some dresses people have listed for like $400. But the pricing's all over the place. I couldn't find this exact one.
Yeah.
The solds are anywhere from $100 to like $300, so I put mine at $299 or best offer.
Oh my!
It's long sleeve with shoulder pads, and it's about a knee length dress, and it zips up in the back, but it's a nice dress.
That is sweet.
And I paid $7. So I did model it for the eBay listing.
Yeah, you're talking about it. Next time we have to have more visual stuff ready to pop in if we can.
Right. Well, and a lot of stuff that we bought the other day, we ended up listing the same day.
The same day. That's the whole thing. It's like we just heard a podcast that we like to listen to that they're talking about the death piles.
Scavenger Life. That's a fun podcast if you ever want to know more in depth about reselling.
It's another one of those human-y things that it depends on what but like especially with these reselling things. You get this sort of a high going out and going, oh my God, I just spent $40 on stuff I'm going to make $500 on. And you never list it. You never make that $500 right away. I mean, even if you just get caught up in the whole what this is going to sell for. And then bring it home, put it in a pile, and then go for that next high later, like the day or two afterwards.
Yeah, you can't just, and Scavenger Life talked about it in more detail, you can't just buy and buy and buy, and then you're just sitting with a pile of stuff, and then you're a hoarder, and you're not putting anything online or selling it.
Buy to get high.
The sooner you can get things listed, the sooner you have a chance of it selling.
Right, so that's what we're trying to do. We got a lot to catch up on. But
and there's stuff we need to just flat out donate if we're not going to list it.
We have to go through stuff, purge a little bit, and then
just donate.
Yeah, I need to get rid of some stuff. I know I don't want to list. I don't know why I even bought it.
Yeah, where you're looking back like, why did I buy this junk?
It's garbage, But
so my goal for 2019 in the reselling is to try to find nicer things like this. And even if I have to pay up a little bit for nicer things.
Is that rain?
It's raining.
Wind? Is that rain? No, it sure is.
Yeah,
wow.
It's raining. It's storming a little bit.
Oh, man, I wish we didn't have to go out tonight.
Thank you. Kate says, very nice dress. The Late Late Horror Show says, Happy New Year, James and Janet.
Hello.
Happy New Year, Dino
Happy
and
New
Ted.
Year, Dino and Ted.
And your families. Happy New Year, guys.
Yeah.
Tony says, model not included.
Oh. Well, there's been times where you post stuff on either Poshmark or eBay, and then you get a request for what?
We get people that'll ask, can you model it for me?
Now, I don't think they know.
And I say no.
What her or anyone looks like. I think just people
can
are trying
I see you wearing it? No.
So next time someone does that, I think I'm going to put it on. And then we'll send them those pictures.
There you go. And we'll put lipstick on you.
Here's these fishnets. You know, big hairy legs. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? And we'll say, hey,
chest.
There's your picture, man. That'll learn you right there.
Well, no, it was someone on Poshmark. It was like a pair of skinny jeans, and someone asked, "Can I see them on?" And I said, "No. Look at the pictures. Review the photos. Here's the sizing."
God.
And it was like, it wasn't even something I could wear. Like, it wasn't even my size.
Yeah.
You know? It was like something, yeah, where I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Hunched over. Can I see them on?
But for some of the dresses, the way my mannequin is set up, I don't have like a stand for it. So I'm like, whatever, I'll just throw this on and we'll take a few pictures.
Yeah.
James, you cannot fit in that dress, says Jean.
Oh, I could, but I think
you might break the dress.
I think I would break the dress.
You might rip it.
It's not a good idea.
No, you owe me $300.
Yeah, and that's good. I don't have that.
Or at least the $7 I paid for it.
No, that's worth it enough.
But I also picked up like Coach shoes. I picked up some purses, like a Fossil brand purse for $1. You guys have heard of the Fossil watches, right? Fossil purses people like too, and this one was only $1, and you know, I'm hoping it sells for like 20. But yeah, all kinds of miscellaneous stuff, and I try not to be a clothes seller, but I get what I can get, you know. If I think it's good, I'll buy it.
Yeah, that's definitely not my niche. I maybe the only thing I sell are hats and T-shirts. So that's about as closey as I get.
So, I mean, I'll go through all the dresses now ever since I found that Dolce & Gabbana. I'm always, like, trying to find that one, like, really nice fancy piece of clothing.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'm trying to find nicer stuff.
Yeah, and I also had some success. There are no $700 or $500 dresses or anything. But I like to, I usually look at toys and tape records and CDs. I know there's CDs are hard to move, you know, compact discs, because everyone's like getting rid of all the physical media. But there are some people that still collect it. It's got to be stuff that's hard to find and whatnot. And even then, you know, you could sit on it for a long time. But yesterday, we went. I picked up a bunch of CDs, a stack of CDs. A lot of promo, like promotional and advanced CDs. Somebody had given away, and they were sitting in there. And all their media is only $1, whether it's books or CDs or records. And we go there enough that I could see whenever they refreshed the offering, and they have a bunch of them, which is great to look through. And so I'm going through, and I'm like, oh, look at this, I never heard this. And I kind of got an eye for the stuff that's a little older, and a lot of these CDs are from the late 80s and early 90s again, and those ones are because those are when CDs first started coming out. Mm-hmm. So those are even make them more interesting and maybe more rare. And they had 9-inch nail stuff, and I looked it up. And they'd go for $3. I mean, I thought maybe those would be something because it's 9-inch nails, and they're not.
It seems like most CDs don't sell for much unless what you said, unless if it is something rare or like a promotional thing.
But the rare stuff too, I don't think a lot of people even recognize it as being rare because it's not necessarily a popular thing. But that's the thing. That's what makes it not. That's what makes it rare.
They probably didn't make as many.
And as popular as Nirvana is now, they had a copy of Nevermind there. I looked it up. $3. I mean, I thought
because
for sure
they
that
made
one.
so many because it was such a hit.
Yeah, but I thought since they're more popular now with the younger crowd, everyone's running around and 20-year-olds wearing Nirvana T-shirts. I thought maybe the demand for the CD would have gone up, and it has not.
But what some people will do, like I've seen other YouTubers do it, where let's say they go to a yard sale and CDs are $4 for $1. You know, then they can lot them up together.
Sell a lot, but I've only sell them lots. Only sell for like 20 for like $1 a piece. They go for 20 for $20. I mean, you have to sell a ton of them. But I found a couple things. I found a Cutty Sark whiskey mirror, Statue of Liberty, one that was pretty good. I think I got that up for a pretty penny, and some other stuff, a couple of toys. Oh, I found it. Oh, that's right. I didn't bring that up. Felix the cat, a plush. It's 21 inches tall. And it's a stuffed Felix the cat with a red bow. And it was $4, I think. And I looked it up. Someone has one on there. They said the head is loose on it for $100. It's like from 1988.
$100 for Felix?
So I put mine up for $110. I mean, because mine's not floppy and the head's not floppy on it. All the seams are tight and nice.
See, at one point I was looking up antique Felix the cat things, and the dolls were super expensive, but I didn't know the ones from the 80s.
Well, it's made by Applause. It's from 88, and from 88, something from 88 is usually destroyed by now. It's a plush or filthy or dirty.
Oh yeah, because kids ruin them.
This one's pretty clean, and I had no idea, so I did a best offer. We'll see what we get on it. But I spent around a little over $50, $51, I think.
Well, what's that one?
So through the CDs, I found a band. I'm not really even sure. I might have heard of them. I don't know, but I like the cover right away. I'm a graphics guy, right? I saw this cover. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Well, it has a pinup girl.
Yeah, they're called. It's a band called Restless Heart, and this is a CD they put out called Wheels. Now, if you see on the top there, it says promote. I don't know if you can. I'm reading all wrong. It says
Special Advanced CD,
right?
Yeah.
And on the inside, they're not actual signatures, but it's probably a promo CD. They sent the radio stations, the player, whoever. And it's got all the bands, the printed signatures and things like that.
And then on the back it says not for sale.
Yeah, it's got that.
Promotional use only.
And people, there's tons of LPs out there like that I have and everyone sees. When you go to Goodwill, go to thrift stores, there's a lot of promotional stuff. That's not worth a dime. But and this is like almost brand new in the case. I mean, there's no scratches. Looks like no fingerprints on it, nothing. And so I look it up and I can't find anything for this CD with this cover. There's other, Restless Heart Wheels, and it says it was released in '96 or something, or reissue or something. But even Discogs is the name of a website that they list just about everything that's been done on vinyl, CD, or tape. You could find anything on Discogs, and people could sell and buy on there as well. And this is on there, but there's none for sale. So it's almost like these really obscure things. So I don't know how much to price it. So I just put it up for $49. And it sold today. So this bought.
So that maybe you priced it too low.
I probably did.
But you paid $1 for it and it sold, so that's good.
At that same Savers or at same Goodwill.
We're getting them all mixed up.
Several months ago, but the same. Oh, that's what we call it, the honey hole. I bought. There's a band called Dope, DOPE. I've never heard of them. You've heard of them?
They're like a metal kind of band, kind of like a Mushroom Head type of band, and Dope was
early
where
2000s,
like late 90s, early 2000s, yeah.
And there was maybe 6 CDs.
They're okay, There was
like 6 CDs there, and they were like $1 a piece. So I was like, well, maybe just get. I looked them up, and it looks like most of them sold for about $15 to $20, used. So I said, yeah, I'll just grab them all. Grabbed them all, and I'm going through them, and I almost lotted them all up for like about $40. But then something told me to look this one up. I looked it up. There's one on Amazon for $600 for a CD.
Oh, that Dope CD?
It's it's one that they would only sell at shows. It wasn't released through regular stores, and they would only sell it at their gigs. And someone else had it on eBay for about $500. So I'm like, oh boy.
Wow.
But but who's looking? It's one of those weird situations where you find these things that are worth a lot of money, but it's not like Marilyn Manson or like this one or that one.
It's not
you wouldn't know it offhand.
Like Dope probably opened for Manson and opened for these other bands, but they weren't as popular.
So I opened up another one of those Dope CDs, and inside there was a ticket for a concert that somebody had went to, maybe even where they got that CD, a guitar pick, and a signed cocktail napkin by the lead singer of the band. So I'm like, wow, this keeps on giving. So I put it up there on eBay. I call it the ultimate dope deal, right? Had to be creative with it. I put it up for like $350. I got an offer today for $225. The guy just wants that one hard to find CD.
$350's even pricing it low.
It is, but I don't think
low.
I'm even going to sell this thing.
It'll probably just sit for a while, but I would say keep it,
Yeah, so
I would say be a little firm with the pricing.
I am. I'm not gonna let it go.
You already have it priced competitively. If Amazon had it for $600,
it's got 3 watchers, so so people are interested in it. So anyway, this paid for my whole lot yesterday, pretty much, and everything else I sell from this haul will be gravy. I've already made back what I put in, and that's the cool thing, and that's what we try to do. I'm sure every reseller does this. If you buy a bunch of stuff, you try to find 1 or 2 things that's going to pay for that haul, and then everything else you sell from it. If you keep track, you'll see, man, I made from this haul. It's great.
Swamp Picker says, hello, Mummy and Monkey. Hi, Swamp Picker.
Hi, Swampy. How you doing?
Hey, dude. Happy New Year. Hopefully you and yours are doing well. Tony says, I can't believe records are in the Target stores going for $25 to $30 each. LOL.
Yeah, vinyl's hot. It's still, it's still.
Well, there are bands that we'll put together vinyl. And yeah, brand new, it's like $20.
I would buy them. Like when I see a Jimi
$25.
Hendrix one or something, I'm like, that's fine with me. $20, yeah, because I know, you know.
If you're a fan of it and you want it, you want to make sure it plays, because when you go to the thrift stores, it's hard to find good records.
I bet you vinyl was
It's a lot of picking through.
Well, I remember CDs used to be like $15 for when you used to buy them in the long boxes, brand new, $15 to $20.
$15 to $20 for a brand new CD.
Yeah.
Now they're like $10.
Oh, they're free. People just throw them. Yeah.
And then when you buy them secondhand at the Goodwill, they're only $1.
I don't think people buy them new at all. I mean,
and it's way cheaper than iTunes. You could buy a CD used for $1.
Yeah, and I like the physical media, because I think one day something's going to happen to where everyone's libraries and clouds get wiped out, and if they do, then you have to rebuy all that crap. So.
I don't like the whole cloud thing. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I don't either. I mean but it's
that might sound like I'm an old lady or something.
I don't like the cloud.
I don't like the technology. No, but I'd rather not put everything out there.
Everything is virtually stored somewhere.
Even though when you're online, you're kind of putting yourself out there anyway. But
well, I mean if it's something you own, like if it's all your photographs and all your music, I mean if that thing crashes or gets hacked, then you have to how do you get that stuff back?
I'm a fan of physical media. I like old tapes.
And
I like
that
DVDs.
Won't last and nothing lasts forever. All this stuff is perishable.
Books.
Yeah. Books can burn.
I play CDs in the car. I don't use an MP3 player.
CDs can break.
I'm old-fashioned sometimes.
All of it is breakable and losable. So and that goes for the cloud and all the digital stuff that you can't hold on to, unless you back it up somehow on your own hard drive. But
I mean, it's convenient that people have all these other options, but
look.
Really, I like to have tangible things that you can have on your shelf or hold in your hand.
Like a wife or a husband. Not a virtual.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway. But yeah.
Swampicker says Big Brother. Yeah.
That's inevitable anyway,
well,
I think.
If you have a smartphone, Big Brother's watching.
Everybody gave into that one. And that's how they did it. I mean,
and that's why I refuse to ever buy Alexa or that Google Home thing. So
it's just another level of the cell phone.
It's a whole nother level of people spying on you and trying to sell you more things.
Well, that's how they make money.
I mean, we already have smartphones where they track everything you look at. So why would you want that in your home where they can listen to you on a speaker all the time?
Because the convenience.
I don't understand it. I mean, you could listen to the radio. You can press a button and play whatever you want
Not
when you
good
press
enough.
a button.
Not good enough.
I mean...
Bring my groceries to me. Buy everything for me. I'm going to sit here and
deliver my food to me.
Binge watch The Norseman or whatever's on TV, on Netflix. What's hot on Netflix?
Bird Box.
I want to watch Bird Box and order all my groceries to come to me. And
right. It's like we have to be able to do some things for ourselves, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, like watch horror host movies.
Yeah.
I want an app that watches TV for me. What? Now, I don't know what that means, but it could be something one day. Who knows? But yeah, let's not get off into a philosophical tangent.
And it's all matter of opinion. So and opinions are like beeholes. But you said earlier,
everyone's got them, and they all stink.
Well,
that's right. They do.
There's also a thing called soap and water.
Yeah, but at some point in between the soap and water, they stink. Okay.
Well. Hopefully people are watching
You're reading into the analogy too much. I didn't make it up, but it's something that holds true.
Tony says his phone is pretty dumb.
A dumb phone. Well, don't anything that has a signal going to it means they know where you are. So that's how that works.
Alexa, play me a horror movie.
You can be triangulated.
Well, thank you guys for listening to us. And yeah, if you like us, you can remember to like, you can subscribe to our YouTube, you can click the little bell, and that way anytime we have an upload or go live, you guys will be the first to be notified, and you can hang out and ask questions and comment away.
That's right, and we we love doing our show, and we like that you're a part of our show when we do our Harry Scary Hangout. Don't forget, it's our show, yeah. When we hang out together on Friday nights, and don't forget to join us.
Swampicker says, did y'all ever meet Vincent Price? Unfortunately, I was never able to meet Vincent Price.
There's several people
but we did meet Vincent Price's daughter.
Yes.
Victoria Price, and she's very lovely, very nice lady. She's very polite and friendly to the fans.
They can see my Pepsi pants. Woo!
You're wearing pajama pants.
My Pepsi PJs.
So... shared your stuff on Twitter. You're the bomb, guys. Thank you, Trashed Picture Show.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Trashed. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, I haven't been on Twitter in a few days. I need to check our Twitter account.
Oh boy, yeah, we need to
I don't have it on my phone, but we'll check it on the computer.
Don't I feel like a twit?
And what are you showing now?
To let people know to join us this Friday night, 10 p.m. on Facebook
The Brainiac.
When we screen The Brainiac. Oh, the classic. The camp classic, The Brainiac.
With sound effects.
Ooh, new skits, hopefully, and all kinds of stuff. We have to have some new skits for the new year. We have to.
We have to. Maybe tomorrow we could shoot some skits.
Ooh, okay.
We'll see. We'll see what we can get done tomorrow.
We'll try.
But thank you guys. Good night, good fright. Have a fun and safe new year.
That's right.
Be careful out there, and we appreciate you.
Don't forget Harry Scary Hangout this Friday night, baby.
Friday nights on Facebook at 10 o'clock Eastern Time.
First show of 2019. Woohoo!
Woohoo! Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
See you next year.